So if you read the description, one of the points was that in this complex marketplace, it's hard to figure out what the right solution is when every vendor claims to be comprehensive. And in fact, that's a legitimate claim in just about every vendor's case. And most of these vendors look the same. But picking the right partners more than just the right technology, it's really about the right fit. So we're going to talk about how you achieve competitive advantage and improved operational efficiency from BPM, how you marry the right BPM solution with the right partner, how you assess your own maturity, your own ability to adopt BPM, and then talk about the pitfalls of vendor selection and what makes a good partner. And we've just got one slide, so if we can forward to that one. Okay. Hopefully that slide comes up. Did anybody catch the presidential debate last night? I figured more, but so this debate's going to be, this panel rather is going to be very much like that debate. The panelists will argue with each other. Everybody's going to either ignore or override me. No, actually, but we do want to have a town hall portion to this. So we're going to go through some prepared questions, but whenever you're inspired with your own question as we're going through, just raise your hand and I'll work you into the discussion. So now let's move on to our panelists. Our first panelist is a real treat to have. He's not only a panelist, but in previous versions of this event had been the actual keynote speaker. So Arindam's the Global Head of Strategy and Reengineering for Citi's Shared Services Organization, where he is responsible for designing and implementing the strategy around that. He was also responsible, or at least contributed to HSBC's go-to-market strategy in the US and in Europe. Arindam, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks, Nathan. So you said there's a town hall format. Are you allowed to walk around? No. Okay. So first, glad to be here. This is a fantastic session, and I've been here before. So Rekha, thanks for the invitation, and always enjoyed it. So this is a great topic. I think we have a lot to talk about. The last presentation was really interesting, so thanks to Malcolm for doing that. I have a quick way of introduction. I manage the strategy and reengineering function for all of Citi's shared services. You can call it Global Business Services, another organization, whichever you want to name it. It's over 6,000 people organizations supporting predominantly the corporate center functions like finance, human resources, risk, payables, and things like that. Got 6 large centers across the globe. And we also have some distributed footprint in different countries, somewhat of a small scale there. So we have a real challenge of how do we manage our processes in a fairly seamless fashion while we have grown, as you all know. Citi has grown through acquisitions, and in different places we follow different platforms, different processes, sell different products. So this has been a challenge that we have been trying to address head on, and over the last, I would say, 6 to 9 months, we have made some really good success in building on a tool which was built on the platform of IBM, but eventually been customized significantly by us. And we are working pretty heavily on how do you take it from a realm of pure play technology, but still have the appropriate technology boundaries around the product, but allow the business users to actually put BPM solutions in place in their workspace, clearly within the boundary of the technology. So it's not a free-for-all. Like the debate last time, but there is a boundary and there are certain objects, but you basically give the power to the people who are running the process. So I think we'll be talking about it a little bit later.
Great, thank you. And our next panelist is Shayna Joson. Shayna has one of those conveniently short titles, as you can see on the slide, that's so common in the banking industry. She's with Societe Generale, and she brings 20 years of experience in this space, working in IT and operations. She was also a senior VP at E-Trade. Shayna, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here today. And I'll try not to come over to the podium and bash you too much.
Please.
But in any case, as Nathanial mentioned, my experience is quite diverse, from very traditional institutional investment banking to an online broker like E-Trade Financial. So when I look at something like BPM, I really see a full spectrum. It can be